Hey guys, this is Pastor Chris, and as we start to near the end of 2024, which just seems unreal to even say that out loud, but as we start to near the end of 2024, I just wanted to take a moment to both encourage you and invite you to help us finish this year as strong as we possibly can. At the beginning of the year, we started kind of using this phrase and this language and this number. We talked about 113 a lot. This idea that 113 people a day move into our city. And we just said, what would it look like to be a church that, regardless of where people are entering their spiritual journey, that all of that 113 would be welcome in some way, shape, or form into our ministry. And I just want to say, you guys have done that in some remarkable ways. The first one that comes to mind is you guys had the innovation and the curiosity and the open hands to try something new. Our innovative approach called the Nexus Project sees 3,000 people a week on our campus. Many of them have ended up in our ministry and as a part of our church. And then in addition to that, it's not just those that we have welcomed onto our campus or into our church, but it's those that we have served. One great example of this, and there's too many examples to list all of them, but one of the most pronounced ones in my mind is that we've given 650 of our 4U bags out to the houseless or homeless within our community. And these are bags that have essential supplies that just give hope to individuals, and you guys have done that. You started this initiative and you have carried it on. And then last but certainly not least, behind me you'll see what we've affectionately come to know as our rescued fence. There are 52 locks currently that are on that fence, and every lock represents a human that has said, hey, I want to go public about the fact that I've chosen to follow Jesus through baptism. And that is an incredible thing, and those are just examples of what you guys have done to date. Now, as we close out the year, as we get to the end of this year, this is something that's kind of probably new information to some of you, perhaps recap for others of you, but for us as a church, almost 30% of our donations for the entire year typically come in the last 4 to 5 weeks of the year. And that's a really big deal. So here's what I'm saying. These next 4 or 5 weeks, they determine our missional capacity for the entire next year. I recently saw this research statistic that said that 5 to 10% of individuals that are followers of Jesus or actively attend a church actually give to that church and what we would traditionally know or frame as a tithe. So I want you to think about that. Let's go back to my original thing, all the amazing things that have happened, from 3,000 people a week that show up on this campus to 650 bags that have gone in the hands of the houseless or the homeless to 52 individuals that have put their faith in Jesus and let the world know through baptism. Let's just imagine those statistics change. Imagine what could happen if we didn't just watch, but we actually got involved in what God was up to in the world. Our missional capacity in this next year would explode. And so, 2 things I want to say. For those of you that have been generous to this church, we are so grateful. We don't take that lightly. And for those of you that still have either some room for growth or you can step in for the first time to support this church, I want you to know it's going to go to so many good causes and go to changing people's lives. So will you come with us? Help us finish strong as we close out 2024. God bless.